I never really thought much about my subscriptions until recently. It all started when I was going through my bank statement and noticed a recurring charge for a streaming service that I hadn't used in months. I couldn't believe I had been paying for something I wasn't even using. That got me thinking about all the other subscriptions I had signed up for over the years. I had subscriptions for music streaming services, video streaming services, fitness apps, meal delivery services, and more. Some of them I used regularly, but others had fallen by the wayside. I decided to take a closer look at each subscription and evaluate whether or not I was getting my money's worth. I started with the music streaming service. I realized that I had been paying for it for years, but I rarely used it anymore. I had switched to a different service that I preferred, so I decided to cancel the old one. Next, I looked at my video streaming services. I had subscriptions to multiple platforms, but I found that I really only used one of them on a regular basis. The others were just sitting there, draining my bank account every month. I made the tough decision to cancel them and stick with just one. As I went through each subscription, I realized just how much money I had been wasting on things I didn't even use. It was eye-opening to see how quickly those small charges added up. I had been so caught up in the convenience of having everything at my fingertips that I didn't stop to think about whether or not I actually needed it. After canceling all the unnecessary subscriptions, I felt a sense of relief. Not only was I saving money, but I also felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I no longer had to worry about keeping track of all those different accounts and charges. I could focus on the things that truly mattered to me. I also realized that cutting back on subscriptions forced me to be more intentional about how I spent my money. Instead of mindlessly signing up for every new service that came along, I had to think about whether or not it was worth the cost. It made me more conscious of my financial decisions and helped me prioritize what was truly important to me. In the end, reviewing my subscriptions was one of the best decisions I ever made. It not only saved me money, but it also helped me declutter my life and focus on what really mattered. I learned that sometimes less is more, and that cutting back on unnecessary expenses can lead to a more fulfilling and intentional way of living.